What's going on, YouTube, and how are you doing? This is Jay Wolf. I'm just sitting here with my cup of coffee, hanging out, chilling. I was watching some interesting things today. These Democrats. Whoo, these Democrats accuse us, Republicans, of being racist, do they? So here's what's going on. There's this lady, this congresswoman, Alexandria. She has Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If I'm saying her name right, I hope I am. She is praising what the Brazilian is going on in Brazil right now, which is horrible. Nicolas Maduro is is a horrible dictator that has used ruthless, violent, and horrible oppressive means on his people to get to power. He's stopping trade with the U.S. with oil. Another oil thing for the U.S. That's something we need. Wonderful, again. But he's also demifying the U.S. and he's not and he stopped a whole bunch of visas for a whole bunch of high level officials from leaving the country. So he's keeping his own people prisoner. He's basically turning into another North Korea, but like a lot closer to America. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar have decided that they're not going to condemn him for his acts. Matter of fact, they're trying to hold up Congress from doing anything with him. But what they're doing right now, which bugs me the most, and this is why the video is titled, "What the F, Democrats?" So your two Democratic senators there, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, they have decided that anti-Semitism is not wrong. So Republicans brought before the House, it was a while back, to vote to condemn white supremacy. That went through, no problem. Like a little bit later, they go to condemn anti-Semitism, and liberals have a problem with that. Apparently, it's okay to hate whites, but it's not okay to protect Jews. Because apparently it's okay to hate Jews. It's totally PC, bro. Are you PC, bro? I'm PC, bro. Let's go bash some Jews. No, I completely think hurting Jews is wrong. And I have Jewish friends, even though I'm Christian and Republican. Well, a lot of Jewish friends of mine are Republican. But still, the point I'm trying to make is it's not wrong to hate. It is completely wrong to hate Jews. It's not wrong to be Jewish. And these two women who claim to be liberals, who are just, they're socialists in liberals' clothing. And I'm hoping this will wake up some liberals out there, some people who are actual liberals, who actually just believe in equality, who think their party, that's what they're doing. They're just not very involved, and they just mindlessly shovel this money at the different charities for their party, unaware that their party is the sixth highest spender on the list. There's a list, you can look it up on the internet, that shows who spends the most out of special interest groups. And you got big tobacco and oil at the top, but Democrats are the sixth highest. Republicans are somewhere in the 30s. It's ridiculous how much Democrats put into mind washing the smaller amount of their people. And the reason why is, let's look at the name. Republican. Republic. A republic is something that is built on voting. Congress. That's what republics are. Okay? Now, let's look at Democrat. Sounds very close to another term called aristocrat, of high meaning or high standard. See, liberals nowadays, they like to get as many minorities and as many people as they can from lower poverty-stricken areas because they feel them to literally be inferior to them and stupid. This is why they believe they need a helping hand out of there. And they figure if they give them the helping hand out and solidify enough of them in power in a third class, because we still live in a class system, even though we try to say we don't. And these Democrats, they use this class system to take a few of the special poor people, raise them up to middle class, while the rest of them set at 1%. Because they're all the 1%. You have very few Republicans who actually set inside the 1% racket, the 1%ers that hold most of the money. The tycoons down in LA that are pretty much our lord governors over the entire world, that run the entire world. They're the richest men in the world. They run it. They're connected to the Rockefellers and all the insidious, banking clans. And I'm not sitting here preaching that lizards are going to come down and eat your brains. I'm not that type of conspiracy theorist. I don't think it's a conspiracy when it's obvious. Certain things are not a conspiracy. Obviously, money rules the world. 1% of the world has over half the money. I mean, you do not have to be more than 7 or 8 years old to figure out, well, if they have most of the money and money rules the world, well, I guess they rule the world, huh? I mean, that's just common sense. But what scares me is this agenda of anti-Semitism. I'm a father. I think about children. I think about myself being a Jewish father right now. What if I was a Hebrew father? I'm getting up. I got my rolls on. I got my hat on. I'm sitting there, the yarmulke. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm trying to be funny. But I'm sitting there and I read in the paper or I watch on YouTube, oh, hey, Congress is cool with being anti-Semite. And I'm sitting there going, huh? And I'm looking at my child. Now let's remember, Jewish people have already gone through some anti-Semitism before in another country, remember? Killed almost most of their people, brought their whole entire civilization down to almost 10 million people, and has made them effectively, like when they're doing the census, 10 million people is like room for error. Like, well, it's within 10 million people. That's room for error when they're counting the population of a country. And that's the entire Jewish people spread out throughout the whole world. So I'm a Jewish father and I'm waking up and I'm hearing liberals are okay with anti-Semitism, even if it's just one of them. That is a scary proposition, a scary prospect for me and my kids. Because just 2 generations, 3 generations removed, there are horror stories that came from my grandpa and my great-grandparents about what happened in Germany, and now this happens? My God, that would scare me. But it's not just 2 Congress people, or 1 congressperson, it's 2. It's 2 of them that want to come down, beat down my doors again, and take my kids away and take us off the camps, because that's what I'd be thinking if I was a Jewish person. What? What? Because look, they want to take away guns, and now they don't like Jews. Come on, does that not sound familiar here? Jesus Christ, people need to get woke. People need to get woke and look at what's going on around in our world today with Congress people, a congresswoman like this who is willing to publicly condemn being anti-Semite, and is praising the Brazilian government for being independent, and is backing, I butcher names and I'm sorry for it, but is backing Nicolas Maduro. Both of these women are. Alexandria and Eliane. And they don't care how it's affecting the people of that country. They don't care how it's going to raise gas prices in America. They don't care of any of the sociological and economical repercussions. And then they're going to use passing a bill for condemning anti-Semitism as a way to try to pull Trump off the borders of Brazil. And they want to take that and they want to compare that to him, holding back money because we weren't building a wall. No, that's a completely different thing there. That is a completely different thing. And it doesn't take a child to see that. He's not condemning a people for being their race by building a wall. He's keeping illegal, whatever race they are, out of our country by building a wall. And if they want to come in legally, we don't care what race they are. That's not racism. But to say I'm not going to condemn anti-Semitism and then in the same breath praise a man like Nicholas Monroe, who's used radicals to harass and coerce his people into voting for him, who has beaten and starved women and children, this man is going to be like we're looking at the next Stalin, our freaking Kim Jong-un here. And they want us to back up off his borders. And Jews are horrible. That's liberals. That is liberals. That is the Democratic Party. So if you're a Democrat, pat yourself on the back. That's what your party does. I know I say that rude. I know I say that mean. I want you to understand what your party does. Your party is condemning Jewish people and uplifting people that are in the same racket as Stalin and Kim Jong-un. If that's progress, congratulations, America, we're there. Men are manginas and white knights. Women run everything. Jews are horrible. And hey, Stalin, come on back. We like your brand of socialism where you make a list and kill people. They like their lists, don't they? Those socialists. And that's what Alexandria is doing right now, isn't it? She's making lists. She's the boss of the party. She's the boss of the Liberal Party, and she's making a list. And if you're not doing what's right by the Liberal Party, you can just get on out. Yes, mein Herr. Yes, mein Herr. Jeez, this little woman is a firecracker. She's going to be our next Adolf Hitler. She'll get elected to president, be first woman president, and then next thing you know, there'll be Gestapos of women coming out to just, take men's manhood just right as they're born. You don't need these. We will have just a small amount of producing males. That's all we need. Telling you, it's scary. The future's looking scary. If you're a woman that loves your son, if you're a woman that loves your husband, if you are a woman that cares about men in your life, it is time to get purple pilled. It is time to become on the wall. And it is time to see what the gynocentric political campaign of feminism has and is continuing to do damage to our country, to our way of life, and hell, to our very species. Well, I'm Jay Wolf. You've been listening. God bless. Please like and subscribe. I do have a Patreon page now. It's JWolf35. What Grinds My Gears. And JWolf What Grinds My Gears. It made me put two names, so I don't know which one's which yet. Maybe someone will let me know in the comments. But it's you can find me basically by JWolf What Grinds My Gears on Patreon. I was still waiting approval for my page, so I don't even know if you can go there yet. Again, I don't even care if anybody donates. I just do this because I love to. I love to get the message out there of what's going on. And I hope in some way what I'm doing gives you some value. And thank you very much. Bye.